Good morning. Today I'm going to do a walk from Dalry to Glengarnock using the National Cycle Route network. I'm going to take it from Dalry station to Glengarnock station. It's mostly country road based, it's not a dedicated cycle path, so I'll have to be careful not to get hit by traffic, oncoming cars. It's also a miserable day, likely to rain, so I'm hoping the roads are going to be walkable. But anyway, give it a try. Should take about 2 hours, so let's go. That's me leaving town, so faster traffic along the roads here, so I just need to be a wee bit careful because it's a grey dark day. Okay, I just realised I didn't have my microphone attached, but I've attached it now. I think it's a good chance I'll have to take it off though, because it isn't waterproof. I'm having to kind of shelter it with my hand here, so I just got it stuck to the side of the camera. But I can't really use it if it isn't waterproof because the rain's starting to actually get quite heavy. But I was hoping to use it walking along the roads, just to use the noise cancelling to cut out the noise of traffic, but we'll see how it goes. So there we go, we're joining the cycle route number 7 and we're going left. So this section of road I'm on leads to Highfield, which is just I wouldn't even call it a village. There's a few houses there and the roundabout. The roundabout brings you up to this road or up onto the bypass, I think. But that's a little bit I'm unsure about. I know the cycle route heads along this road to there, and I'm sure there's a path for the cycle route to take you onto the back roads to Glengarnock. But I've never walked it before, so this is a exploratory mission even for me. So we'll see what it's like. I just hope the rain stays off because it's been threatening to get quite heavy, but it's just pretty light at the moment. Look at all the mud there. Hopefully I don't need to trek through anything muddy. I shouldn't have to because I'll be on the roads. But I know further up in this road between Dalry and Glengarnock it gets quite narrow with just a lot of grass verges, so I'm hoping traffic doesn't force me up into the soggy grass. Yeah, some clatty scab has dumped an old fridge there. What I don't get is that would have to have been put in the back of a car and driven to there and dumped. Now if you've got it in the back of a car, why wouldn't you just take it to the dump? Doesn't it cost you anything? But no, just some clatty middens, don't have any respect for anything round about them. Now look at this lovely countryside all round about here. You've got people dumping their rubbish on it. It's a rainy old day today. can just about see the buildings in Dalry through the drizzle. Big difference from the summer weather. We're heading down to the A737 road. I could have walked along that road to get here in a third of the time, but it's a busy main road, so I wasn't taking the risk. So I've gone the roundabout direction from the station up to here. Now I just need to cross it, but I'm pretty sure there is a crossing point, so I should be okay. It's just a wee bit further ahead. That was an early sign. Just down there and turn left. Yep, that's the way. I've got a few videos where I've gone up to the right before and walked about the outskirts of Dalry, which are quite nice videos. You should check them out whilst you're here. Some of them are done in the summer, some are in the winter cold, some are misty. But they're really quite nice. You get some nice views about this area. Oh, there we go, we've joined a cycle track. It's the tiniest little bit of dedicated track, I have to say. Yeah, so I just came from up there. Had to get across this road. Had to find the cycle path. Follow this cycle route down to the main road. I think I'm going the right way here. I'm not 100% sure. There's steps going up there. Don't really know why. Oh, I don't think this is the right route. Cyclists rejoin carriageway. Getting a bit lost now. I think I go left here. I think I do. No, I don't, because there's a gate there. Where do I go? Don't know. Straight up ahead, I'd imagine. Love that wee cottage there, isn't that lovely? Right, I've made it onto the cycle route. I just put the camera away there because I was slightly lost. It looked like a very busy main road down there, but it's really just where the junction was to get onto this pretty plain, narrow country road. So now it should be, hopefully, straight sailing all the way to Glengarnock. That wee bit there was the bit I was unsure about, and the last bit of this route I've never walked, so I'll just need to get the map out again when I get to Glengarnock. Apart from that, all good. More fly tipping. Honestly, that's the third lot of fly tipping I've seen, and I've only been walking for half an hour. So, what is wrong with people? You know, I have to put up with this in the street I live in as well, where people just let their bins blow over, they don't pick up the rubbish. You see junk just left in gardens for months, years. So honestly, it's a pet hate of mine. I don't get why, if you've got a car, you wouldn't just take something to the dump. Anyway, rant over. Hopefully that's the last of the clattiness that I see today. A very cloudy view of the hills. Very difficult to see. Yeah, at this point I'm wishing I'd brought an umbrella so that I could shelter my external microphone. And say there's a good chance I'm going to have to disconnect it and just use the built-in mic because I don't want it to get water damaged. And it's not particularly windy today, it's quite warm, so if I do disconnect it, you shouldn't get disturbed by wind noise. The audio might just be not as clear. Nice little house over there. Can barely see it though. Speaking of buildings, have you ever watched Grand Design's TV show here in the UK? I think they have different versions in different countries. But anyway, I love it. Watch them all. I just like seeing nice buildings. But there was one years ago that was on the House of the Year show that was built somewhere along this road in Auchengree, I believe. The inside it was gorgeous. Outside it was one of those shed-like zinc-clad buildings, which I just don't like at all. But I'm wondering if I'll be able to spot it when I'm going along this road, or if it's sort of doing a side road where I'm not going to see it. But I'll try and get an ogle anyway, see if I can see it. But I think Auchengree is towards the end of this road, so I'll probably get a wee bit of walking to do yet. I like grand designs. I like seeing decent people get something nice, but the ones that drive me around the bend are the I want to keep up with the Joneses types that spend every penny they've got and more just to try and desperately show off, you know, and end up losing everything. The worst one was the guy that had the lighthouse on the cliff in Cornwall, I think. Oh, traffic. Hold on. Yeah, so the lighthouse on the cliff, I'm sure it was Cornwall or Devon, and he was a music producer. And it would have been a fantastic building if it managed to do it on time. But he lost everything, lost all his money, lost his wife, his child, never finished the building. And I think it was sold just recently, maybe this year or last year, after being built about 15 years ago. And you're like, mate, what are you doing? You could have built something nicer for your family instead of trying to show off and had a nice pleasant life somewhere, you know. Brown Hill House. I wonder if that's the Grand Designs house, because it had a fancy door entry system on the gate. Looks fairly modern and new. If it is that, it's hidden in trees, so I don't know. Can't really see much over this wall. Could be that. That just looks like a farm over there. Can't see much else. Just a big hedge on this side. The good thing about this road is there's only 2 cars past me so far, which is rather pleasing. Gives me time to stop without getting knocked over. Yeah. Nice view down the hill, across the countryside. Yeah, this walk is quite nice. I'm a little bit warm with the hood up, even though this is just a light shell jacket and I've just got the supposedly moisture wicking top underneath. I feel quite warm. It's like a tropical rainy day here. No, it's not cold at all. I could probably get away with taking the jacket off. Probably wouldn't be so warm if I didn't have a backpack on. I don't like wearing backpacks because they make my back sweat. So probably need another solution. Could probably get away with just bringing the camera today and held a bottle of water in my hand instead of bringing all the rest of my camera gear and water in the backpack. Because this is quite a short walk, I shouldn't need spare batteries or anything. So maybe that's something I'll do in the future just to cool myself down a bit. Although maybe I'll be glad of a warm back come the winter. But for today I'm too warm. Nice little house there. See, I like all these little houses I see on country roads, but I don't drive, so I could never live in one. Oh, what, go and buy a bottle of milk, can't spend an hour walking to go to a shop, especially no in winter when it's pitch black. So unfortunately I'm stuck in towns, but if I could drive, I would definitely live in the countryside. failed my driving test twice years ago and never went back to it because I thought, well, the reason I failed it is I really don't like driving. Then I had bother with dizziness in my ear. I thought, well, do you really want to be driving and get struck with a bout of dizziness and crash into somebody? Oh, nah. So I kind of chucked it and stuck with the trains. But the older I get, the more I think, trains are getting quite annoying. People on it always playing music and they're just not policed very well. Used to be I'd got on a train and everybody just sat quietly, put their earphones in. Unless you got the late night train with all the steamers on it, of which I was one at one point. But sometimes it can be pretty unrelaxing, these train journeys these days. I think I'm just getting old and grumpy. Right, so I was just consulting the map there to see how far away from Glengarnock I was. And it looks like I've done most of the journey already. I don't feel like I've walked any great distance. But when I plotted it in Google Maps, it said it was 5 miles, or just a little bit under 5 miles. And it said 2 hours to walk. I suppose that is a bit of an overestimate for 5 miles. I don't think I'm walking particularly fast. But I certainly don't feel like I've been going for too long either. I mean, maybe I've been walking for about an hour and it just doesn't feel like it. I might need to check the time. So I'd kind of planned for 2 hours. Look at that house. Wow. Sorry, I got distracted there by that house. It's a cracker, isn't it? Ooh, I really like that. Yeah, so I was saying I'd planned for a 2 hour walk so that I could catch the hourly train back to Dalry from Glengarnock. So I thought I'll leave, I think I gave myself 2 hours 15 minutes. I thought that gives me time to stop with the camera if I see anything nice and still get to the station in time. As it stands, I'm probably going to be stranded in Glengarnock for a while. So if I've still got energy, I might go a wander somewhere else there, but I don't think there's much to see in Glengarnock itself. I know there's Lochshore Park. Takes about half an hour to walk to that, I think. Well, according to Google Maps, maybe it's wrong about that as well. So I'll see, if I narrowly miss a train, I might just go a wee wander about Glengarnock as well. But worry about that when the time comes. Somebody needs a new shed. Oh, I forgot there's a farm shop down here. I went there once years ago. I don't remember a tea room. I remember buying some farm products. That'll be it there. It's got a big zinc building down there, but that's definitely not the Grand Design's house, or is it? No, it can't be. That's part of that farm. But this is Auchengree. We'll be in Glengarnock in 10 minutes, so maybe that is it? I don't know. I haven't seen anything else that looks like a zinc house. So that very well might be it. Or is that just the farm shop? Don't know. I'm pretty sure the house was thinking of stood in its own bit of land. Well, I've had to disconnect my microphone because the rain's just getting too heavy and it's going to get broken, so disconnected it, which means when I'm talking I think I'm going to have to talk to the camera. Pretty sure the microphone points forward on the camera, the built-in one, so I'll probably just talk a bit less and try and show you some scenery instead. Since we entered the outskirts of Glengarnock, I haven't spotted the Grand Designs house, so if anybody knows exactly where it is, please tell me, because I always like to do a wee nosy at the local landmarks. Even though it's nothing historical, it's just some old couple built a house, it's still good to find these things. This rain is getting a bit persistent now, and my lightweight shell jacket can't handle it, so I'm feeling the wetness going right through. Luckily my feet are still dry, which is a surprise because my boots aren't waterproof. I don't own any waterproof boots. I've got a big pair of wellies, but they're not ideal for a long walk, so I'm dry for now anyway. There's a lot of nice old quaint houses here just where you enter Glengarnock. Those are nice parts in the outskirts of town. I'm definitely in the town now. Just need to find the route I'm meant to go. Okay, so I went a slight detour there to kill 10 minutes before I get the train. Just trying to find my bearings of where I am. So I'm now heading to the station in Glengarnock, but I've made myself aware of different places to go here. Well, mainly Loch Shore Park, so I'm going to put that in another video. But now I just need to find my way back to the station without getting lost. Found my way back to the main road here. There's not a lot of space to walk on the pavement because it's all overgrown in front of me. I reckon it's only about, 10 minutes walk to the station from here. So I'm going to try and get there quick because there's a school in front of me, and I guarantee the school bell will go off for lunchtime and this place will be mobbed. So I want to get back to the station, film my wee outro and see what I can see along the way as well. This is not ideal for walking. I could cross the road to the larger pavement, but I'm too lazy. Just charge up here. This looks like the train station. Now, can I access it from the car park side? I'll soon find out. Made it to Glengarnock train station. That was a nice little walk. I'm a bit wet. That was a nice little trek from Dalry through to Glengarnock. I just went for a wee 10-minute walk through Glengarnock as well. But it was actually a lot shorter than I thought it was. I didn't feel tired at all walking that country road from between the two towns. I reckon it only took me about maybe an hour and 15 minutes when I thought it was going to take about 2 hours. And also, me being me, I was wrong about train times. They're about every 15 minutes. So I just need to stand here for 10 minutes and get the next train. Anyway, it's a good little walk if you don't drive, because you can just walk from station to station. If you take your time, take you about an hour and a half at the most. So There you go, another walk full of non-drivers. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going home to get dry and have a little bit of soup. So, cheerio now, thanks for watching.